Hey there, I was just taking a walk and thinking about the subject of spirituality because some people I'm subscribed to recently made videos about it, and the main debate was if spirituality is something intrinsically bad or dangerous. And I've been wanting to make a video on this myself for a while now, but it's just been a rough couple of days. Anyway, I might as well do it now since it's fresh in my head. I don't think that spirituality is dangerous on its own, even if it is the foundation of religion, and we've witnessed what organized religion did throughout history, and it's still doing today. But the source of something bad doesn't necessarily have to be bad itself. I mean, people do bad things all the time in the name of the most different things, from love to money and patriotism. That doesn't make any of those things intrinsically bad. And I know you will hate me for saying this, but I think even religion can be harmless if the dogma that the religion is based on is harmless. I mean, look at Jainism. But the reality is that the dogma that most predominant religions are based on today is anything but harmless. And that's why I'm fighting against it, because it is harming people right now today. Anyway, back to spirituality. I have to say that until not many years ago, even as agnostic and later even as atheist, I was in fact very spiritual. Especially at a young age, I believed in everything. Witchcraft, ghosts, reincarnation, astrology, you name it, I believed in it. I remember one time when I was 13 or so that I was so upset about something, so I took an apple and concentrated all my bad thoughts on it, really focused. Then I took a knife, made an incision in it, put some salt on it and buried it into the ground. And I thought that all the reasons I was upset about were gone along with the apple into the ground. Seriously, this is how bad I was. Now, I am still attracted to mysticism. For instance, I love movies and books on ghosts and reincarnation, vampires, demons, all this kind of stuff. My all-time favorite horror movies still remain Rosemary's Baby and The Exorcist, great movies. But as far as me believing in any of that now, no, I don't believe in anything outside the natural world. And somebody just asked me in comments, what about positive and negative energies and karma and this kind of stuff? No. The funny thing is that just some days ago I was talking to someone who was telling me about talking to another person about me. And I was all like, no, don't talk to her about me, she'll send me all the bad vibes and jinx me and I don't even believe in that, but please stop it. And I do say those things sometimes and I joke about stuff, but I do that knowing that those are just unfounded feelings I have. And I decided a long time ago that I will never base my beliefs on feelings again. You believe there are positive or negative energies from other people or other places influencing us. You will have to ask yourself, why do you believe that? You will see that your belief is not based on something real. You just believe it because you like the idea of it, you like believing in it. Otherwise, the fact is that energy is matter. Since Einstein, we know that E equals mc squared. Energy is a physical quantity. You cannot use it to justify something metaphysical. Now, am I totally rejecting spirituality? That depends on what you mean by it. I would define the spirit or the soul as the totality of our thinking and feeling processes. I would define consciousness as you being aware of yourself and your environment, while spirituality as you interacting in a personal way with the environment and with yourself. I don't see how it can be immaterial, because our thoughts as well as our feelings are all generated by the brain. The cerebrum deals with the thinking, the limbic system deals with emotions, and our brain is material, is part of our physical body. Therefore, anything produced by it can't possibly be metaphysical. Lately I've been into meditation, and I know that some people would even call that spirituality. And for instance, last year I was at the mountains, and it was snowing all the time, and like 10 minutes away from the place I was staying, there was this big ass tree. And when I say big, I mean it was huge. It had those enormous branches just leaning very close to the ground, and it was all covered in snow. It looked so magical, like it was from a Grimm Brothers fairy tale book. And I just liked it so much, I was so drawn to it. And I used to go there every morning and spend some time just looking at it and thinking about stuff. And I know that some people would call that a spiritual experience. But of course there was nothing supernatural in it. And I would rather call these kind of things human experiences. Because it is in our human nature to get attached and connected like this. Our kind has something unique that no other creature has been known to have, and that's imagination. Only found in Homo sapiens, in none of our ancestors or relatives. For instance, the Neanderthals, they were pretty damn smart. They were tool makers, they were building stuff, they were using animal skins to keep themselves warm. They even had language. But never a Neanderthal did a cave painting, only we did. By the way, before you go and assert something supernatural to that, the reasons we developed our imagination are very well explained by evolution, and if it's necessary I will get into that. I just don't want to go too far away from the subject of spirituality now. My point is that because of your imagination, you as a human being have an entire different world inside your head that doesn't coincide with the world around you. If you ever seen a horse and you ever seen a wine bottle, you can imagine a horse in a wine bottle, even if you never seen such thing, and even if such thing is impossible to exist. And every 4-year-old can do this mental exercise. Because of that, you have to pay attention to what you think and what you feel, and confront it with what you know and what can be tested. That's if you want your beliefs to be based on reality. And some people don't. Some people believe in things because they just like the idea of things. And I'm fine with that. I mean, as long as you're not a bigot, as long as you don't think that people deserve to be tortured forever in hell and that it's God's will for you to make 100 kids, and as long as you don't promote the rejection of science, I see no harm in spirituality. Also, some people say that if you stop believing in anything metaphysical, life just loses its color and its beauty, but it's just not true. I know exactly how a rainbow is formed. I know that it's just sunlight reflected in drops of moisture. But that doesn't stop me from enjoying the experience of seeing a rainbow and admiring it like a fool. Also, there are so many questions we don't have answers to yet, but that doesn't imply there is something supernatural behind it. And assuming that the unknown is part of the physical world doesn't take anything away from the magic of it. Actually, it is just like you watching a magic trick. You know that those are in fact tricks, that those people don't levitate, that man didn't really pull a bunny out of an empty hat. But knowing that doesn't stop you from enjoying the show and wondering how they do it. And I know you may ask, but if we don't have answers to it, why automatically assume it isn't supernatural? Can you name one single thing that you know now from science to be part of the natural world that wasn't at some point when we didn't have answers to it attributed to some kind of divine intervention, from childbirth to thunderstorms? We live in such a strange universe. You know, there are some hypotheses in science that would put to shame any ghosts or reincarnation stories ever made by man. The thought of multiple universes or time traveling through wormholes, those things are just mind-blowing when you think about them. And whoever says that limiting yourself to science takes away from the magic of the world obviously didn't look into science that much.